Hello first grade students, this is Mr. Begay. It is Wednesday, January 13, 2021. We are going to continue our math lesson. Keep looking at your screen as Mr. Begay is going to go through this lesson with you. Now remember first graders, we're still doing addition equations. Say addition equations. Remember, addition equations are this here. Okay, we have an answer and we need numbers here. There's our plus sign, there's our equal sign, okay? So, we're going to look at our problem up here and we're going to read the question here because here's Jada again, okay? Jada gave us a problem here that we need to solve. And looks like she put two cups here. You see these two cups? One is red, one is green. And it looks like there's pencils here. Okay? Before we can do anything, we have to read up here and see what Jada is telling us. Now, read with Mr. Begay. Follow with me. Let's see what Jada is telling us. Let's read together. Ready? Here we go. Show how you could place the 5 pencils in these 2 cups. Okay, so that first sentence there, Jada wants us to show how we could place these 5 pencils in these 2 cups. She says, complete the equation to show your work. Then talk to a classmate. Are your equations the same? Now, since we do not have any classmates just yet, we won't worry about that part, but we're going to continue with what Jada is asking us. She is saying, show how you could place the 5 pencils in these 2 cups. Now, here are the pencils. There's 5 of them. But boys and girls, Mr. Begay is going to turn this problem around. Instead of using those pencils, we are going to use this character here, this boy. Okay, there's some boys here. Let me move them here for you so you can see them. Okay, pretend that this boy here, you see them? They're all the same. Okay, pretend these are the pencils that he uses, okay? So, let's count how many boys there are. Count with Mr. Begay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 boys here because look, they represent 5 pencils, okay? 5. Now, if you look here, Jada wants to know how we could place these 5 boys in these 2 cups, okay? So, look at your screen. Watch Mr. Begay. I'm just going to put these boys in here, okay? Watch. Let me put this one here. We'll put this one here. And then we'll put these other boys in this cup, okay? You see that? Now, first graders, let's look at our addition equation here. We have 2 boys at the green cup. How many boys are at the green cup? Count. 1, 2. Okay, there's 2 boys at the green cup. And first graders, how many boys are at the red cup? How many boys? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 boys at the red cup. So look here. We need to put numbers in here for our addition equation. We have our answer here, but we need to know what 2 numbers go here. So first graders, what number goes here first? What number? Look back at your picture again. How many boys are at the green cup? How many are here? 2. So watch, Mr. Begay is going to get 2. I'm going to move it right here now. Look at that. We have now 2 plus, now how many are at the red cup? How many? 3. There's 3 boys at the red cup, so 3 needs to be placed here. You see that? Now, first graders, we have our addition equation completed. We said here, 5 equals 2 plus 3, which is correct. Look at that. This 2 represents these 2 boys at the green cup. This 3 represents the boys at the red cup. And when you add them all together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's our answer right there, 5, okay? Now, keep looking at your screen. Let's come here to this next set of problems. Now, first graders, let's look up here. Mr. Begay is going to read this for you. Pay attention. Watch what we're going to do now. It says, there are 7 penguins. How many can go inside and outside the cave? Okay, now let's look at our picture here. Okay, look at that. Here's the cave. And how many penguins are there? How many penguins, first graders? 7, because look, it's already right here. It says 7, and when we count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 penguins here, okay? They want to know how many can go inside and outside the cave. Now, let's look here at our next picture right here, okay? Let's read this. Read with Mr. Begay. Here is one way to show the 7 penguins, okay? Now look, our penguins are still here, okay? Now, look, let's move on to this next set of photos. Watch, look up here now. Read with Mr. Begay. It says, you can write an equation to show the whole and the parts. Now look at this picture, first graders. Look. When you look at this picture, look, there's some penguins now that are outside the cave. Some of them are outside now, okay? And look at that. Some of them are still inside the cave. Now, Jada tells us here, she says, there are still penguins. 4 is one part, 3 is the other part. Now look here now, we're going to look at our picture here, okay? This is similar to what we just did here, okay? Look at your screen. Look, we did the same thing here, okay, with these boys. It's similar to what we did, okay? Now, how many first graders, how many penguins are still inside the cave? How many? 4. Look at that. 4 are still inside the cave. How many penguins are outside the cave? 3. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 outside. Now look here. Since 3 penguins are outside, look at that. 3 now is right here. 3 is going into the addition equation. And then there's 4 penguins that are still inside the cave. So therefore 4 has to be put here. You see that? They already completed it for you. And when you add them all up, they're going to be 7 penguins. But 4 penguins are still inside the cave and 3 are outside the cave. So this is your addition equation. Now, it says, here is another way to show the 7 penguins, okay? This is another way they showed us, okay? Look here now at the addition equation. Look, they have 7 here and they have 7 here. Why do you think, first graders, the answer here is the same? Why do you think they're the same? They're the same because when you count up the penguins, there's 7 here and there's still 7 here. But it's just that, look, 1 penguin went inside the cave and 2 stayed outside, okay? Here we have 3 on the outside, 4 on the inside. It's just that one of these penguins went inside now into the cave. You see that? When 1 went inside, now when you count it up, there's 5 penguins here and 2 are still outside. So, since there are 2 penguins here, number 2 goes there. You see that? And then right here, you count these up, there's going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why 5 is here. But when you add them all up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's your answer there, 7. Okay, do you see that, first graders, how that works now? Okay, we're going to keep going. Remember, we're going to focus on this all week. Okay, first graders, let's look here at this problem real quick, okay? It says, do you understand? Show me. What are 2 different ways that 4 penguins could be inside or outside the cave? Now, instead of penguins, okay, we have some girls here, okay? Let's look at this because it's very good to look at different pictures so that way you can really see it, okay? Now, first graders, look. Let's count how many are here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Our answer here would be 4. Let's count down here 2 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So both of these addition equations are going to equal 4. Just like here, there's 7 penguins here. But look, the problem is set up differently. We have 2 girls here and plus, and then another 2 girls here. So we would put 2 plus 2 equals 4, okay? Mr. Brigade did not put these numbers here because I want you to imagine now those numbers so you can see it. So you would put 2 plus 2 equals 4 because when you add it up, it's going to be 4. There's 2 girls here. You will put 2 up here, put your plus there, and there's 2 girls here again. You will put 2. That's one way of showing it, okay? Now let's look down here now at this section. How many girls are right here? How many? 1. There's 1 girl here. Look at that. And there's a plus sign here. So on top, you will put 1 right there. Now, boys and girls, how many girls are right here? 3. So up here, you will put 3. So your addition equation would be 1 plus 3 equals what? When you count them all up. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you would put 4 there. So this is 2 ways of showing how you could set up your addition equation. Now let's look right here now. Number 1. It says right here, read with Mr. Begay. There are 5 girls in all. How many girls? 5 girls. Now it says here, how many are inside and outside the cave? Now look, first graders. They already solved the problem for us. Look at this. 5 equals 3 plus 2. When you really look at it, you're going to say 3 plus 2 equals 5. But how many girls are all together here? 5, because right here also says there are 5 girls in all. Now, they want to know how many are inside, in here, and how many are outside, okay? Now, they already set up the addition equation for you. Now, all we have to do is put either 3 girls inside, 2 girls outside, or we could switch it and put 2 girls in here and 3 girls outside. But Here's how Mr. Begay is going to do it. Watch me. I'm going to look here at this first number, okay? We do not look here because this is our answer. We have to look here now, okay? 3. So watch. Mr. Begay is going to put 3 girls inside the cave, okay? You see that? Now Mr. Begay put 3 girls there. So look. 3 girls now are inside the cave, okay? 1, 2, 3. That's what this 3 represents. Now we have 2 girls left that are outside, okay? So look, I'm gonna grab another girl. Let me put these 2 girls on top here, okay? 1, 2. So look at that. This 2 right here represents these 2 girls because they're on the outside of the cave. These 3 girls are inside the cave. So when you look here at your addition equation, 1, 2, 3, look, they put 3 there. Plus 2, because there's 2 girls on the outside. When you add them up, you count them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. That's your answer. So that's how they set up this problem. Now really look at that. I'm sure you can probably see it now, okay? Especially when I put these girls in here, okay? Now let's move on to our next problem, number 2. It says, there are 8 boys in all. How many are inside and outside the cave? Now, first graders, there are 8 boys in all. How many are inside and outside the cave? Now look, 8 is already here because look, that's the answer there, 8. So we have to put it on the outside. There's our equal sign. There's our plus sign. We need a number here and a number here. Now look. There's already 2 boys inside the cave, okay? There's 2 boys here already. So, Mr. Begay is going to grab that number 2. I'm going to put it right there. Because look, there's already 2 boys inside the cave. Now, there's 6 boys now that are going to be on the outside, which are here, okay? Now watch, I'm going to put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You see that, first graders? 2 boys, look at this, are inside the cave. 6 boys are on the outside of the cave. Now look here. These 2 boys, since they're inside the cave, 2 goes there. Now what number goes here? How many boys are on the outside of the cave, on the outside? 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Mr. Begay is going to grab that 6. I'm going to insert it there. Now look, first graders, there's our addition equation set up. And if you see the pictures here, you can really see it now. Look at that. There's 2 boys inside. That represents that 2. Plus, then these rest of the boys, there's 6 of them on the outside. That represents that 6. When you add them all up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's where we get that 8 there, okay? Now, keep looking at your screen. Now, first graders, I want you to get a paper and pencil. Get a paper and pencil. Now, first graders, I want you to copy on your paper number 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want you to write the sentence across and do your best in drawing these arches, okay? Make sure you put your addition equations here. You see that at the bottom? There's addition equations here. Make sure you write that in also. Now, you should be starting number 3 now. You're going to write this down. There are 9 boys in all, okay? there are 9 boys in all. So look at that. Mr. Begay already put a 9 here because that's our answer, because it told us there are 9 boys in all. But look, there's 2 numbers now we need to fill in. Mr. Begay is going to help you on number 3, okay? But number 4, 5, and 6 you're going to do on your own. Let me help you with number 3. Now, first graders, there are 9 boys in all. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put some boys inside and some boys outside, but they all have to equal up to 9 when we count them up, okay? Now watch Mr. Begay. Let me get this one boy. Let me put him here. Okay. Let's say there's only one boy in there, okay? There's one boy, look, inside the cave now. Okay, now, Mr. Begay is going to grab another boy, okay? Now look at that. 2 boys are inside the cave now. Let me grab one more, okay? Now look, how many boys are inside the cave now? 1, 2, 3, okay? So, watch. Mr. Begay is going to grab that number 3. I'm going to put it here now, okay? Because look. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 boys inside the cave now. We have to put 3 here. But look, we're not done. There's a number that needs to go here. The rest of the boys need to go on the outside now, okay? So watch Mr. Begay. Let's see how many I'm going to put here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Now look at that, first graders. You probably can really see the difference now. These boys, look, are on the outside of the cave. These ones are inside. Look, 1, 2, 3. So Mr. Begay put 3 there. Now you're going to have to count these up again because these boys are on the outside. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first graders, what number goes here? 6. So look at that. Mr. Begay is going to drag that 6. I'm going to put it there. And first graders, we are done now with our number 3 addition equation. We have here 3 plus 6 equals 9. That is true because when we count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. When you count up all the boys, they equal 9. But it's just that 3 of them are inside the cave and the other 6 are on the outside, okay? Now, write this on your paper, okay? When you draw these, okay, you do not have to draw these boys. You can just draw maybe like a line. You can draw a stick figure. You can draw circles, okay? But they have to equal up to 9. Put 3 in the cave and put 6 out here. Now, first graders, you're going to do now number 4, number 5, and number 6 now on your own. Remember, you're going to read this. Here says, there are 8 spiders in all, okay? Because that looks like a spider there. So remember, your answer's here. Let me give you a hint. You're going to put 8 here, okay? But you're going to have to determine how many are in here and how many are going to be on the outside. But they both have to equal 8. Make sure you put your numbers here, okay? And then you move on here to number 5 and finish up number 6, okay? Remember, do not leave out your addition equation. And remember, first graders, if you forget how to do this, rewind the entire video and rewatch it again. Rewatch how Mr. Begay, how I showed you this part, okay? Look at these pictures again. If you forget, you can come back here and look at this, okay? These boys here, and look at how Mr. Begay did this, okay? You're gonna really see it. These boys, I bet you can really pick it out once you look at these back at these photos, and if you have to rewind the video, okay? But here is your homework. Mr. Begay already completed number 3 for you. Now you need to do number 4, 5, and 6. And do not leave out your addition equation. Remember, when you are done, put it in a folder. Keep it in a safe area because you're going to return this back to Mr. Begay on Friday. Now go ahead and pause the screen here because Mr. Begay is going to log off.